Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. I ran to the mailroom. Alright, let's listen to this.
To be alive. Yeah. Never badmouth a woman you are fucking or have fucked. Never. Okay, this is a cardinal rule. Never badmouth a woman you have fucked.
You know what else is a cardinal rule? If you're going to film a bunch of videos in succession over the next course of, I don't know, 4 or 5 days, take a shower. Do some laundry. It is now your, what, 5th video in 4 days? And you have the same shirt on and the same clothes every single video. It is weird. Why are you wearing the same clothes every single day? I thought you were a millionaire. You can't afford a suit? What happened to your Men's Warehouse outfit? You know, let's take a look at him a year ago.
Quite tenuous. And in point of fact, one could argue that it was...
See, now, at this point, he was filming, but he was filming in an apartment. You can clearly see from the doors, these are apartments. You see the door to go out. You know, this is like the living room area that he turned into his cool little thing. You can see it right here.
Very weak. And I would agree. I'm going to play...
that part of the skeptic community.
Look at this man. Now, you see something right here, right? You see this table here, this desk? Now, this is part of his apartment. Remember this. And you see all this shit, too, right? On the cameras and all the other stuff that he's brought with him. He's got all these... Look at this camera. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4. And then he's got the 5th one here. But you know what's weird? Is I've seen this before. I've seen this exact desk before. Now, where have I seen this desk before? Now, I remember Coach specifically telling me, I don't live in my office, you're lying about me. But where have I seen this desk before? Huh.
Adults or young adults who
I know I've seen it. I've seen it somewhere. I've definitely seen it. I know I've seen it. It's oh, you know what? I have seen it before. In the video he did a couple days ago. There's the desk right there. There's even the stand for the thing that he had going up through the desk. Huh. See? There's the stand. It goes through the desk to the bottom and holds the table up. It's right fucking there. You fucking live there, Coach. You moved this shit. This was bolted to the wall in the apartment. This whole thing, this was set up in this building where you did this video a year ago. This was your house back then. Because you can tell this was filmed. Look at this. This isn't an office. This is an apartment. You can see all the shit up here, all the shelves. Like, this is all stuff that he put in. And then you can see him. He clearly lives here. You can see all the crates and everything behind him for all his camera shit. This was his home. Like, he lived at this place. And you can see it right here. You can see the desk. You can see the cool little cards. You can see the thing right there. And then you look behind him, and it's right fucking there. There's the fucking pole. There's the desk. The desk is folded over into 2 halves. You unfold it and put the pole through it. It's a fucking desk. You live there. And you know what else is funny? Is you can see right behind him on this screen. Let's go. Let's go back. See all this shit for his filming and stuff? It's right fucking here. He moved everything out of that apartment and it's fucking there. Everything. Everything that's here is in this fucking office. This guy lives here. You can see all of the shit, the multiple cameras, the couch, the food, the water bottles. You can clearly see the fucking desk that he had here. You moved out of that apartment and you fucking lived there, dude. You were such a bullshitter. You live in that office. I saw blankets on that couch the other day that you tried to throw clothes over. You don't get one past me, coach. I'm very good at watching stuff. I pay attention to the details. And it's very obvious that you moved all of that shit out of that apartment and you live in a fucking office. Come on, man. You're not fooling me.
This is a car
Wearing the same goddamn shirt for fucking 4 days. Fucking sad. And I know he'll say, oh, well, what proof do you have that I was wearing the same shirt? You're just crazy. Let's see. Same fucking shirt here. This is the first video. Let's see. Second video, same shirt. He black and whited it. Here's his new video. Same fucking shirt. That's 3 videos in a row. He's wearing the same goddamn shirt.
cardinal rule that if you ever break it, you're going to be in so much fucking trouble. It doesn't matter.
It's the same fucking shirt. You are literally worse than Thomas Smellington. You are Thomas Smellington. You are wearing the same clothes 3 days in a row and you clearly haven't showered. Because your hair is greasy as fuck. Your beard is greasy as fuck. He's like a fucking... That's a good one, Lich King. He's like a homeless person LARPing that he's financially stable. Yeah, I feel like that is why he cares. Because he lives in a shitty Ukraine place. There's nobody there. He probably locks the fucking door and at night and pretends like he's leaving the office and he just sleeps there.
How awful the woman is. She could be physically repulsive. I'm talking fucking...
Look, you can still see the desk there. He left the desk with the pole and everything. And it's the same fucking desk that he had set up here for his monologue shot. It looks like it folds out or it connects. He probably connects it, right? Oh yeah, you can see the line thing right here. There's like a connection thing, so it looks like it slides together, and then this thing holds it up. And there's probably like a little support thing here that holds it up. So, yeah, you moved everything out of that apartment. Why would you move all of the desk stuff out of the apartment? That makes no sense. Why would you move this? Like, why would you take this breakaway desk and bring it to this place that already has desks? That's so weird. And you said that you shoot like 5 or 6 videos a day. So how many fucking videos did you film in the same shirt?
You know, creature from the Black Lagoon repulsive. She could be morally despicable. She could be the worst lay ever. I mean, like fucking a dead cold fish. I mean, she could be bad in all of these regards. She could be the worst human being ever to walk the earth. But don't badmouth her. And the reason is incredibly simple. See, it'll get back to you. Yeah, it's simple as that. Yeah. See, because women talk. Women talk.
He's got this camera, this camera right here, so that when he looks down at you, he can be like an angry father. Then he's got a camera on the table, just to let you know that he's got a lot of cameras. And then he's got the camera looking at him right now. So that's 5 cameras. 5 cameras. Why? Why do you need 5 cameras?
They talk the second they fuck a guy. They tell their friends, they tell their mother, they tell their sister, they tell everybody, okay? And like women, they're on like some gigantic fucking conference call where, you know, one girl in one city will tell her best friend and tell her best friend, don't tell anybody else. And not 5 minutes after hanging up with the best friend.
Oh my God. What was that? What was that?
Will tell her best friend and tell her best friend, don't tell
What the fuck is this, coach?
anybody else. And not 5 minutes after hanging up with the best friend, that best friend is calling her 20 best friends to tell her the news. I know a story of a guy who fucked some girl down south, right? In the States.
Down in the south, right? Okay. And I see. What happened was I was supposed to keep a secret, right? And I didn't do that. And my reason for not doing that is because I'm a gigantic pussy. And I'm a retard. Also, take a look at this picture. Because, you know, Coach, he has a lot of connections with the women, right? He understands what it takes to be a man, okay? And as Yossarian has just shown me, Mr. Coach Red Pill, he has a lot of experience with women. Girlfriend took this pic. Who can write the best caption? Winner gets a prize of some sort, okay? So, let's go ahead and we're going to open this in another tab. Now, the girlfriend, you see, she took this picture, but I thought the girlfriend took the picture, Coach. You see, it looks like you took the picture. Girlfriend took picture. Girlfriend took picture. Girlfriend took this picture. Who can write the best caption? The winner of the prize gets a prize of some sort. Where is the girlfriend? Where is she? I'm not seeing a girlfriend. Hold on.
Now let's get a good look at you.
Hold it. Run that back.
Wait a minute. Go right. There, freeze that.
Full screen.
Okay, freeze that.
Tighten up on that thing. Vector in on that guy by the back wheel.
Zoom in right here on this spot.
With the right equipment, the image could be enlarged and sharpened.
What's that?
It's an enhancement program.
Can you clear that up any?
I don't know. Let's enhance it.
Enhance section A6.
I enhance the detail, and I think there's enough to enhance. Release it to my screen.
Enhance the reflection in her eye.
Let's run this through video enhancement.
Edgar, can you enhance this?
Hang on.
I've been working on this reflection.
Someone's reflection.
Reflection.
There's a reflection of the man's face.
A reflection.
There's a reflection.
Zoom in on the mirror.
You can see a reflection. Can you enhance the image from here?
Can you enhance him right here?
Can you enhance it?
Can you enhance it?
Can we enhance this?
Can you enhance it?
Hold on a second, I'll enhance.
Zoom in on the door.
Times 10.
Zoom.
Move in. More.
Wait, stop.
Stop.
Pause it.
Rotate us 75 degrees around the vertical, please.
Stop. And go back to the part about the door again.
Got an image enhancer that can bitmap?
We can use the produce send method to see into the windows. This software is state of the art.
The eigenvalue is off.
With the right combination of algorithms, he's taken illumination algorithms to the next level, and I can use them to enhance this photograph.
Lock on and enlarge the z-axis.
Enhance.
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 Freeze and enhance.
Girlfriend took this picture, huh?
And within 12 hours, this girl in England knew the whole story. Now, why does this matter? Because the girl in England was the girlfriend of the guy's sister. It's incredible, the interconnection among women, okay? Okay, now, kidding aside. See, you badmouth a woman you fucked, right? It gets back to her.
Oh, so this is the camera where he looks down and he's just being fucking weird, like he's talking to a kid or something. What the hell? You're fucking weird, coach.
She's gonna get pissed. She's gonna get really fucking pissed. And you might think that it doesn't fucking matter. You might be that son of a bitch who just does not give a shit about the feelings of others. Yeah, sure, but look at it from a practical perspective. See? A girl you fucked and she finds out that you were bad-mouthing her for whatever reason. You were calling her ugly, you were calling her a lousy lay, you were saying that she was stupid, this, that, the other. It doesn't matter what you criticized her for. It gets back to her. And she can do a lot of damage to you. A lot of fucking damage to you. And I'm not just saying with your social group. I'm not just saying, with your friends and your buddies and the girlfriends of your friends and buddies and what have you. No. I'm telling that she can cause problems with the law. You heard of a little thing called Me Too? Me Too hit me, okay? Back in 91, before the Me Too movement even fucking...
Oh yeah, coach. That's not something you want to tell people. That's not something you want to say out loud, especially in a fucking video that 9,600 people have seen. Hold on. Let's wind that one back.
Little thing called Me Too. Me Too hit me, okay? Back in 91, before the Me Too movement even fucking existed, right?
So, coach, are you trying to tell us that half the reason why you get along with JF so well is because you raped women too? And you've been accused of raping women like he was accused of raping a retarded girl in Texas? So let me get this straight, coach. You were accused of rape back in 91. What did you do to that poor girl behind that Arby's? Come on, coach, tell us the story. Tell us what you did behind that Arby's, Coach Rape Pill.
Right? I didn't fuck a girl, and I didn't badmouth her. I just, realized I didn't really want to be with her, and we made out and all the rest of it, and she offered sex, and I was like, oh no, I respect you too much, and I said a bunch of
Let me just wind that one back again.
Didn't fuck a girl, and I didn't badmouth her. I just, realized I didn't really want to be with her, and we made out and all the rest of it, and she offered sex, and I was like, oh no, I respect you too much, and I said a bunch of bullshit, right?
A woman offered sex to him, a grown man, and he said, no, I respect you too much.
I just want to know one thing. You ready? Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god. Stop fucking lying. Always lying to me. You lying so much. You making it hard for me.
Nobody believes you, coach. No grown man in the history of life has ever been offered pussy and said, no, I respect you too much. You were full of shit.
And then I didn't call her. I didn't smooth the way with the bitch, right? She got pissed off.
So let me get this straight. You respect her too much to fuck her, but yet you're going to call her a bitch. God, you are just a walking contradiction.
Later finds out that I'm seeing other women. She hits me with a charge of sexual assault and sexual harassment. And it didn't matter that it was all bullshit. The charge is stuck, even though everything that she said could be proven to be a lie.
So Coach just confirmed for us that he has been charged with sexual assault in 1991. And that the charges stuck. So that means that he has a sexual assault charge against him. Thank you, Coach, for telling us on the internet that you have been charged with sexual assault. What should we call him now? Should we call him, like, Coach Rohypnol Pill? Yeah, let's call him Coach Rohypnol Pill. Coach Rohypnol Pill. Buy my book and I'll sexually assault you.
and everything I said could be proven to be true. Even so, I was...
Where did this happen, Coach? Because I want to read the documentation for this. I want to find out about this.
Suspended for 3 fucking terms, a full academic year. Yeah. How them apples? And the...
Okay, so this happened at Dartmouth then.
Even so, I was suspended for 3 fucking terms.
So he got accused of sexually assaulting a girl at Dartmouth. Even though I can't find any record of him graduating Dartmouth. So let's... While this video is playing, I'm going to look this up.
Full academic year. Yeah. How them apples? In the modern society that we're living in, see, we have this weird combination of 2 things that are going on. On the one hand, we have this equality, this legal equality, that, you know, men and women are the same and the laws apply equally. And yet at the same time, we have this weird Victorianism where women get a leg up in every situation. Look at the law. Women get noticeably lighter sentences than men do for the same crime. Look at divorce proceedings. The woman is inevitably the beneficiary of a legal imbalance where the woman gets more than the guy, no matter the fairness of the situation. So, on the one hand, legally, the 2 sexes are the same. But socially and legally, and in all areas that are more arbitrary, women have the leg up. You piss off the wrong woman. You badmouth her, and it gets back to her. You call her a lousy lay, you call her a porker, or whatever the fuck you call her. It gets back to her. What the fuck you think she's going to do, huh? She's got all the tools, all the weapons to really just stick a shiv between your rib cage. You see what I'm saying? That's why you got to be very, very careful about bad-mouthing a woman. Very, very fucking careful. You do not know what...
I found it. I found it. I found it. My friend Kate Coe was always a fantastic source for links. Emailed me this one about a Dartmouth freshman accused of sexually harassing another freshman. Beyond what was done to him, just discussing the injustice, he talks about the sort of people that Dartmouth graduates and what it means for the rest of us. The kind of men and women Dartmouth enrolls and graduates are bright men and women who find places for themselves in the gears of American society. Oh, well, I said American because I actually know how to write, but he said America society because he's a terrible writer and an idiot. The men and women, I watch SVU sometimes. That show gets boring after a while. My favorite part of the show is where Ice-T doesn't know about stuff. Like, they'll be like, wait a minute. So you mean this guy is into little girls with pigtails? And they'll be like, yeah, he's a pedophile. And he'll be like, okay, so what does that mean? He wants to have sex with children. Oh, is that like when another guy wants to hurt a child or something? And they'll be like, yeah, T, you got it. And then he has that moment where he's just like, oh. Ice-T is fucking hilarious. He's the best part of the show. Cognizant Society, in the fall of 1991 were no different. And they showed me how fundamentally corrupt the American leadership class really is. There is no question the allegations against me were lies. Blatant lies. Demonstrable lies. The chair of the committee on standards, the dean of the college, Lee Pelton, knew for a fact this woman's allegations were bullshit. Her lie about the obscene emails was too blatant to be explained away, as she was constantly shifting her story about what she claimed. What do you guys think about this? Do you think this is true? You think Coach is lying? You think Coach is lying about this? He's saying that they were sending some cool emails through AOL. I don't believe this. Okay. So, forget a perfect world in an intermittently just world, where the members of the COS should have done is dismiss the charges against me. If they'd really tried for a truly just world, they would have suspended or even expelled the first-year woman who accused me for having made up her lie on baseless accusations. Committee on Standards indeed. The punishment for bearing false witness is a standard, and it's a crucial standard that no society can no longer survive. If this allows witnesses to openly get away with perjury, the COS should have made it clear that this particular standard would be upheld, because it wasn't. They didn't. Because in the recent Thomas Hill hearings, the political vibe on the campus was such that to have expelled or suspended or even admonished the first-year woman for lying would have elicited cries of punishing the victim and so forth. There would have been hell to pay politically. So there was no punishing this young woman for having lied so blatantly. And it would have been too hard. It was easier for the COS to suspend me. My voice was not important. So the important was not so important as the voices of the various campus factions who would have howled in outrage regardless of the facts. And if my entire college experience was ruined by ostracism and open contempt. If this episode in my transcripts made it unlikely, not to say impossible, that I would ever be accepted at a named graduate school programs. If indeed it made applying to my first jobs an iffy proposition. If this episode ruined all of my carefully nurtured hopes and ambitions for life that I wanted to lead. And then there's much more about it at this link. So, I like that people say this, but then they talk about how he comes off as smug, arrogant, and condescending. Claiming that he doesn't care, saying that people suck off of his words, or suck it off, are hardly words that inspire people to take up his cause. He was failed to go years ago by a group of his peers. Good for him that he decided to make something about of himself in spite of that. But the bitter is hard to take. It oozes out of his every word. It seems like he's kind of an asshole everywhere he goes. Even when they talk about his sexual assault of this woman, he sounds like an asshole. I don't feel sorry for him. I don't. He's such an asshole. Like I can't feel bad for him. I'm gonna try and see if I can get those court documents. They're from the 90s, so it might be harder to get because it's like way older than normal. I mean, he said this happened in 91, so I don't think it'll be as easy to get my hands on. I might have to submit like forms and fax them or something.
What she's liable to do if she gets word back that you thought that she's whatever. I mean, it could be perfectly justified. Like I said, you could have been, dating a ham planet or the creature from the Black Lagoon or where the fuck, right? It could be objectively true that she's an awful person. She could be morally despicable, right? It does not matter because if it gets back to her, she can fuck you up. Okay? So, be fucking smart. Now, there is a huge temptation to tell your buddies about the girl you fucked. Huge! We've all had that temptation, right? You gotta bottle it up.
Yeah, guys, you gotta bottle it up. You gotta take that anger and you gotta push it down inside of you and then release it out through your head. You can't let it go.
You gotta just shut that down. Right? Great thing, you can talk to yourself. Tell yourself about it. Like, record yourself maybe. And then once you've recorded yourself and you listen to the audio once, destroy it. You do not want any kind of evidence that you badmouth this woman. Okay, like say you're talking to a buddy of yours, right? And he asks you, hey, I heard you fucked Jane Doe or whatever the fuck. And you're like, oh yeah, she's a great girl. She could be the worst person ever. What do you say? She's a great girl. You always say that she's a great girl. You never tell the truth. Because even with your close buddy.
That's weird, because when he talks about his child's mothers, he says that they're great girls. Yeah, my son's mother, she is a great girl. I don't have a single problem with her. I get to see them whenever I want. She's a great girl. And, you think about it, my daughter's mother, she's a great girl too. Thanks, Coach, for letting us know that you're just shit-talking your former girlfriends too. Thanks for making it so much easier. Could you imagine how that chair smells? He's got the same fucking clothes on. Look at it. The same pants, the same dirty-ass shirt, the same t-shirts. And then you look at, where is it? Not Get Woke, Grow Broke. There's another one. It's, is it the Stand Up to Your Friends one? Yeah, Stand Up to Your Friends. Look at that. Same fucking pants, same shirt, same long shirt, same fucking pants, same shirt, same hat. Look at this. The fucking Tums are there. Tums are there. You imagine this dude just all day just filming videos? It looks like he hasn't even cleaned. Did he film this in the same day? Or is he just wearing the same clothes for days?
The guy that you grew up with, the guy you went to kindergarten with, right? The guy you've known for 30 fucking years, right? It could get back to her somehow. The guy could slip up, or maybe you crack some joke about her that's really fucking funny, and it gets back to her, and then, you're up shitsville. You see what I'm saying? You can get into a lot of fucking trouble. Yeah. The knives are out for you, motherfucker. Think. I don't want to make you...
What is this? Is he self-stimming? Is he going full tism mode? Or come on, think. Come on. Come on, Coach. Think. Hey, Coach, when you film videos, change your clothes. Don't wear the same clothes for 3 different days. Hey, Coach. Think, buddy. Come on. Let's go. Yeah. I was talking to this little bitch back in Dartmouth. And she knew. She knew that I didn't do what I said I was going to do. Let's get a nice song. Let's listen to some snap jazz.
Singing a song and it's a good day. It's a good day.
Yeah. And then she said I assaulted her. Come on. Yeah. Be smart, Andy. Listen to Coach. Coach doesn't tell you wrong. Coach tells you the truth. That's right. That's right. Don't be an idiot. Come on. Come on. Come on, Andy. Don't be an idiot. Come on. Don't trust the girl. Fucking idiot. God, I hate Coach.
You are paranoid about this shit, but you gotta think sensibly. You gotta think like a smart and calculating individual, like a man. Use your reason, your logic, your experience, your knowledge, your good judgment to understand. I'm giving you my experience here. Every time I have heard of some guy bad-mouthing the girl he fucked, it's gotten back to her, or every other girl in his social circle has heard him bad-mouthing that girl for whatever reason, and maybe it's justified, but because of it, they think he's an asshole. They think he's a piece of shit. And if these girls are dating buddies of yours, you know what these girls are going to say? They're going to say, don't hang out with that guy. that guy badmouths girls, he's a bastard, he's a misogynist, he's this, that, the other. And the guys, you know, between being friends with you and keeping the peace with the girlfriend, buddy, they're going to put you on the sacrificial altar. Okay? Remember, you know, that saying, bros before hoes, it's a nice saying, but the fact of the matter, it's always been hoes before bros, okay? Most guys will cheerfully sacrifice their closest and dearest and best friends for the sake of some pussy. That's life, that's reality, motherfucker. Now, if she badmouths you, if she says that you're this, that, the other, what do? Nothing. Yeah, of course it's fucking unfair. Yeah, the cunt you fucked is saying nasty shit about you. You know, saying all kinds of bullshit.
Whoa, Coach. I thought you respected these women. Now you're calling them a cunt? Wow, pal. You went from fucking 0 to 100 right there. Jesus Christ. Where is this anger coming from?
Shouldn't you defend yourself? Yeah, you should defend yourself. But you have to understand the social reality that we are living in. Right now, especially with all this Me Too bullshit, a woman's word is believed, and yours is not. So she says some bullshit. What do you have to do? You have to lie and say, oh, you know, maybe there was a miscommunication. I really enjoyed it. I thought that she was a great girl, you know, and maybe it was just a miscommunication on my part. I'm sorry. I know it's pussy. I know it's pussy. And do you think that I get any pleasure in telling you and advising you to act like all passive-aggressive soy boy, bitch boy like this? No, it gives me no pleasure, no comfort. But it's the reality. You have to be pragmatic. And this is one of those instances. You have a lousy lay, she's a porker, she's stupid, she's just a bad lay or an awful person or whatever her defect, whatever it so be. Okay? You thought that it was a one-night stand, you thought it was just a casual thing, whatever you think it was. And no matter how...
Coach knows about what it's like to deal, you know, with people making crazy claims about you because he actually had a friend way back when, in 1992, who was accused of... he actually got fired from a former employer after he threatened to lynch somebody and rape their wife because the Black Alumni Association that he ran had sent him mail. And the best part about it was the guy shot himself in the head with a .22. And our good friend Gonzalo Lira said he had some psychological problems, which got him into some trouble. But he was incredibly bright and knowledgeable. He was a pretty cool guy. Your friend blew his brains out, and you say he's a pretty cool guy? I don't know about that, Coach. Look at this man. You can tell he's just broken. And I'll be right back. I'm gonna let my cat out real quick, and then I gotta let my dog out in the balcony to go to the bathroom. So I'll be right back. So, Coach, why did you sexually assault that woman behind that Applebee's? It's really fucked up, pal. Can't believe you sexually assaulted that woman in 1991.
How awful it is. What you do is you make a few phone calls, text messages, you know, and like friendly but aloof, and just try to say like, oh, I had such a great time, and get her to text you back, you know, like, oh, I had a great time too, or something like that, and it was really great meeting you if it's just a one-night stand or whatever. You got to get some feedback from her that is fairly positive. You send her a message, you get some positive feedback from her. Then you send a very, very brief message, something along the lines of, oh, I want to get together with you, but I'm really hung up with school or work or whatever. I've got to take the rocket to fucking Mars, whatever excuse. And you say like this indefinite, like, I'll call you in a week or two. And you just like let it die. Okay? And she'll forget about you, which is what you want. Okay? You don't want to be memorable. If she was a lousy lay and you don't want to be around her anymore, you want her to forget about you, or if she will remember you with a smile, okay? But you gotta like think how to do this. You gotta plan it a little bit, okay? I mean, it's not that you have to make a new plan for every girl. You know, you do like the template, and you follow that template, and you make little adjustments with each fuck. But you know, you follow the template, and you know, trial and error. Make sure that the template works, but you know, understand the situation. You can be hurt badly. Now, of course, it's taking me nearer to the end of the fucking video to express the obvious. See, when you badmouth some girl, right? You see, her feelings are going to be obviously hurt, right? And if we were living in a truly just society,
shielding and
I would have started with that issue first.
Rip him a new one.
Thanks for the donation. You don't really have to rip him a new one. I mean, he has absolutely nothing. He has no pay pigs. He has no YouTube monetization. He has no Patreon. He has no PayPal. His only hope is that Dick will, you know, let him ride out on his, new platform. But the minute that Dick's new platform starts taking MasterCard, they're going to have to kick him off of that too. Best thing to do is to just let Josh fade away, because eventually enough people will remember what he's done in the past, and they will start fucking with him again, and then I don't have to do anything. But thanks for the donation, Vilstein. I appreciate it.
I would have said as the first thing that you should never badmouth a girl you fucked because it's just rude and mean to the girl. That's the first thing I would have said. But we're not living in a just society. Certainly not just insofar as the sexual dynamics are concerned. We are living in a society where women have disproportionate power. They can fuck you over. They can fuck you over so totally and completely. They can derail your entire life easily with just a single accusation, okay? So you cannot afford kindness. You cannot afford human sympathy. You cannot afford to be a normal, decent man, not in the current environment. And this current environment is going to last at least another decade, okay?
This man got accused of sexually assaulting a woman in 1991. And he is still, to this day, butthurt about it. And yeah, I know Frost. You know what's funny is in 2016 he shut the website down because people were bullying him so hard in real life and fucking with his mom. And now he's in the Ukraine, he's like, haha, no one can get me. It's a fucking joke.
Okay, so don't be like dreaming that things are going to get better someday or some bullshit like that. It's not, okay? It's been steadily getting worse. Women have more and more power, more and more prerogatives. Like I said before, between the legal equality and a lot of laws that sort of like help women insofar as sexual assault is concerned, and the social stigma and all the rest of it. And the fact that, you can very easily get into a lot of trouble just because you had a bad sexual encounter with some chick. So be pragmatic. Be pragmatic. Don't fuck around. Don't be sentimental. Don't hope for the best. No. Don't be stupid. Don't leave to chance those things that you can control. Okay? You can control this. Don't badmouth some girl you fucked. And if you never want to see her again, be sure to finesse her away. You know? You ever go to like a pond, you know, in like a nice park, right?
Right? Okay. You ever go to a pond, right? And, you know, it's like you'll see the little fishes in the pond, okay? And it's like sometimes you don't always want them going around your bait, okay? So what you do, right, is you just kind of put your hand in the water, okay? And you just kind of sway your hand back and forth, right? And eventually the fish fuck off. And you see, that is how I treat women, okay?
And you have a little model ship, you know, a little plastic one like this big. It's like really long and thin and small, right?
Wow. You know, I actually thought he was going to like draw a parable between like fishing or something. But no, he's talking about putting a little model ship in a fucking pond. Dude, you're like 52. Why are you doing this?
And you put it in the water. And how do you push it out? You don't just like shove it away. Because if you shove it away, it'll instantly tip over and sink. No, you don't do that. What you do is you gently set it adrift and just watch as it goes away.
Whoa, that got dark. Did you see that? Dude, watch his face when he's talking about that. Dude, his whole voice went down. That was weird. What was that? Listen to this.
And just watch as it goes away.
Whoa. What was that shit? That is the creepiest thing I've ever seen in my life. You could see like the anger in his voice when he said that.
Drift. And just watch as it goes away.
Look at that contempt. You could see that. Hold on, let's go back to that. Watch for the micro expression of just utter contempt.
As it goes away.
Right there. Utter contempt for whoever he's talking about. He's remembering something that makes him really angry. His voice cracked, it went deep. He's snarling at this point. Look at that. Look at that. He's speaking from a place of memory. He's angry. He's reliving a moment where a woman used him like a small metal ship and just lightly shoved him until he went away. He's remembering something that he finds very angry. Something that really gets to him. Look at that. Look at that, just absolute anger.
Goes away.
Look at that. Utter fucking hatred for whoever he's remembering.
That is how you handle a lousy lay.
Coach, for all we know, you were the lousy lay. You know what I'd love to see right now? I'd love to watch Coach Boomer Pill get his shit blown out by fucking Nick the Spick. Let's watch that. Let's watch Coach Boomer Pill get blown out by Nick Fuentes. Yeah, he does sound like he hates the word fuck.
You're a political guy. You are the young wunderkind of this shit. Tell me, what the?
Say it with
what
a more Nazi-ish accent, man. Do it again. Do it again.
Hold on, I don't want to fuck it up. Let that one hang because I did that one just right.
Okay. And
what the fuck happened with that? So somebody told me North Korea and South Korea are hanging out on the border, shaking hands and being buddies the other day. I was like,
Oh yeah. No, that's pretty fucking funny, and it's Trump.
The picture is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. See, the North Koreans say Trump had a hand in it. The South Koreans say Trump had a big hand in it. The Chinese say Trump had a big hand in it. And what does the CNN say? CNN says, "Oh, this might be trouble for Trump." You know what the fuck, man? It's absurd. You know what I'm talking about, Nick?
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, it's well, you know, with Trump, they never give the guy any credit. He'll never remember when it was the summer of 2015. He'll never get more than 15% on his polls. There's a real low ceiling to his polls. He'll never show up to the debate. He'll never do financial disclosure. He'll never win the 1237 delegates. He'll never win the unbound delegates at the primary. He'll never win the election in X, Y, and Z.
It's going to be Jeb.
That's right.
Mark.
Yeah. And so they never give this guy credit. But of course, we know that through his deal making, which I had been calling correctly all throughout, he brought North Korea to the table. They had the third North-South Korea summit in a border town on Friday.
Oh, you know what else is funny? Do you remember how he claims that he wrote for Soldier of Fortune? Do you guys know that they never actually used any of his shit? Like, at all? They just realized that what he wrote was not for, their story, so they never used it. They just paid him and told him to fuck off.
Friday, where they agreed that they'd like to end the war. North Korea is transitioning to the South Korean time zone on May 3rd. I mean, they've given all kinds of concessions. They're just deconstructing their nuclear site on television, so it's all moving in a good direction.
It's a wacky direction. I don't hate it.
It is wacky. I'll give you that.
It's a fun timeline.
It is. Yeah. It's just enjoy it. You know, you just gotta enjoy it.
And here's the thing. See, if you're going to talk about Nobel Peace Prizes, right? What did Obama do? Nothing. And he got the fucking prize just for being elected, just for showing up, right? I mean, that was fucking affirmative action insofar as the Nobel Peace Prize is concerned.
Obama.
And now, old orange hair, he actually fucking did something really good. He ended a war that had been going on technically for 60 years.
Orange skin. He
Welcome,
does not have orange skin, but Donald Trump's hair is the exact shade of popcorn.
But look, bottom line, he actually brought the people to the table and they cut a deal. Okay. That fucking deserves a Peace Prize. He ain't gonna fucking get it. Okay, and look, I'm not a Trump cheerleader. I've said on numerous occasions, I think that sometimes the guy's a fucking joke. But you got to give the guy credit where credit's due. He made it happen. Whatever push he had to make, he made it happen and got the deal done. Okay, good on him. You got to give the guy credit.
Do you think he'll go for 4 more years?
Oh, absolutely. Oh yeah. Fuck, and he'll get it. He's gonna get it.
If he builds the wall. I think if he doesn't build the wall, I don't think it'll happen.
No. He'll do something, like a gesture towards that. He's not really going to build a real wall, 20 feet high or some shit.
No, if he doesn't do that, he won't get it. I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah, you're right. In 2020, they're going to say, oh, you didn't build a wall, so fuck you, Trump. Come on. They're going to get behind
They will.
orange one.
I'm telling you, Ann Coulter. Are you a MAGA, Pete, or no? Are you saying that unironically when you call him the orange one?
No, I sort of because I'm not down with Trump. I think that I was genuinely surprised when he beat Hillary Clinton. I was really holy shit, because I was pretty much convinced that there was no way that he could win, and that he did win. I was just genuinely shocked and pleasantly surprised, because I honestly thought that Hillary Clinton would have started a war with Russia, because that's what she wants. That's what all those fucking neocons want. They want a war with Russia. A lot of it has to do
he's so
with
profound.
Zionist antipathy towards Russia, historical antipathy that goes back centuries for all kinds of shit going down. Most of those neocon guys, they were Trotskyites, and they hate Mother Russia. And, from the point of view of the military-industrial complex, they want a war. They want a war to justify their existence and to justify the excessive and ridiculous armament buildup that serves no purpose other than to actually go to war. And so I thought to myself, if Hillary wins, which I think she will, we'll have a war within 6 months of her taking office. And here we are, pleasantly surprised, that Trump won. So for that, I'm so grateful.
I'm glad that she didn't win for multiple things, but one thing is, she looked mighty fucking sick. Like,
oh yeah,
we need to get some younger presidents. Stop fucking getting these old fucking. Because look, as you got to give Trump one thing. Most presidents within fucking 2 years they start fucking drying up and turning into fucking skeletons. Like Obama's fucking skin turned gray and hair started fucking. Same thing with Bush, but Trump's been fucking all right. But I'm sure if Hillary tried to be president, she would have had something major happen with all the stress and everything.
I know shit.
I wasn't surprised at all. I gotta be honest. When Trump won,
here somebody on the chat said,
I won a lot of money.
Me too.
See, God, he's fucking smart.
No, somebody in the chat, Mike here on the chat says,
I just can't listen. Let's skip. When did they start fighting? That's what I want to hear. I heard that they got into it pretty heavy, and they started arguing.
But you don't know that because you're an old man, and all you.
Oh, here we go.
Whatever set of circumstances, instead of actually.
I said if he in development, rely almost entirely. Anything about
what to stop that?
I think it's.
Oh, that's a little different.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
What about abortion?
Here. Let me ask
abortion?
Let me
what
ask
about
you this.
abortion?
Donald Trump.
What about abortion?
Who put in place Neil Gorsuch? Tell me, what's Neil Gorsuch's position on abortion, genius? And then tell me about the people he's putting in the federal courts through the Senate. And look, that's number one. But you return to you're gish galloping. You're gish galloping over the immigration.
Chill out, little man.
You're gish galloping.
Stop bullying me, okay? I'm trying to talk, okay? I can't talk about you unless you let me set up my cameras first. And then I'm going to talk very slow and methodically, okay?
Over the immigration issue. Yes, we've botched, and it's developing right now.
Okay.
It's developing right now.
The guy pro-abortion. The guy doesn't defend any border. He hasn't built any wall.
You have to talk over because you have to talk over.
Guy who's a Democrat.
You have to talk over because if we look into the details, that's when it falls apart for you. Ronald Reagan.
Hey, we're talking about the orange one. We're not talking about Ronald Reagan.
Reagan gave amnesty to 3 million.
Caravan from Mexico. Yes or no?
Excuse me.
I asked you
something. Excuse me. Excuse me. Let me finish. Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Excuse me.
What kind of a conservative is he?
Excuse me. He's one that put Neil Gorsuch into the Supreme Court.
To me like
he
a
filled the federal judiciary with conservative justices.
Excuse me.
And yes, so far, it appears it happened exactly this morning. So I don't think he really can say authoritatively what the development is on the
development
caravan.
Is that they crossed the border, right?
You can say that today, but he ran on building a wall.
What you say, that's all that matters, and he failed.
Pro-borders, that's a conservative position. If he didn't enforce it, that's a failure of enforcement, but that's different than
but he's the head of law
That's
enforcement.
different than in principle. You're trying to say that he's a Democrat because he failed in the enforcement. He didn't fail in the enforcement because he doesn't believe in it.
It's like Nancy
Pelosi in the enforcement. Do you know anything about immigration laws? Do you know about catch and release? Do you know anything about that they actually can't
Did he stop the caravan?
You 45,000 people. He was legally barred from doing so. He's legally barred from doing so. Do you know what catch and release is? Do you know what catch and release is?
I am aware of catch and release, but you
what is it? Tell me what it is. Tell me what it is.
You yourself admit it. You yourself
tell me what is catch and release.
Now, this is another thing that really cracks me up about this, because this is just like the wrongful bishop conversation about the website, where it was the Gonzalo SPG blog that was linking to the Economist blog, where Mr. Coach Boomerpill claimed that he had no involvement with the website, but everything that he kept talking about, like the subtle nuances of how he signs everything with his initials, and then they're like, wrongful bishop's like, oh, well, this is signed with your initials. And when he gets put on the spot, he starts going, and now he's been caught by Nick, and Nick's going, what is catch and release? And he's frantically stalling as he opens up Google.
Tell me what it is.
You yourself admitted that you didn't do the job.
Tell me what catch and release is.
You're backing off that.
Tell me what the constitutional
I don't have to toe your line.
The
Frame it to my, get on my frame, buddy.
The
You
constitutional
yourself
role of
said
the
that he
president
failed
to
to stop
enforce
the
the
caravan.
law. The law on the book is catch and release. Tell me the maximum number of people that the federal government can legally detain before they have to release them while awaiting a court date. Tell me what the number is.
Did he stop
Tell
them
me
at the
what the
border
number
today
is.
or not?
It is
You
simply
yourself
not
admitted
his
he
role is to enforce the law.
Oh,
His role is to enforce the law. The law on the books says
So-
that if
Oh
you
my
have
God.
detained
Okay,
a
so
certain
this
amount
is
of
basically
immigrants, you
what it
have
is.
to release up until
When
the court
Donald
date.
Trump
Look,
does something correct, you love him, and when he doesn't do it, it's not his job to do it. That's how you defend Donald Trump? Come on, man.
Wrong. So you rely almost entirely on this caricature mentality of Trump don't do something I like. Oh, I am against him. But you have to look at the law.
You yourself said that Ann Coulter, right?
Look at
that if he didn't defend the borders, that nobody was going to vote for him, right? He didn't defend the borders, and now you're defending him. And make up your mind. I mean, what is it? And you yourself admitted
original, excuse me. The original conversation was you said Trump is a Democrat, which is straight retarded. You said he was a Democrat because balanced budgets. Wrong. Balanced budgets have
balanced budget, abortion, borders. He is not a Republican.
Abortion, we've already struck that down. He's appointed the most conservative judiciary in American history. On borders, he's failed exactly in this, and I think that's a failure of law. If you want to know the truth, but if we can even
look at Coach backing down, he can't handle it.
If we can even say that
he can't take it.
Look at the amount. Listen to the amount of Syrian refugees.
Some random band and can't stand to see the fact of them fucking up. You sound like a fanboy, not like somebody who's looking at the political situation with a little bit of level-headedness.
Exactly.
Okay?
You're right.
And when somebody like myself calls you out on it, you start saying shit to me yeah, what the hell is that all about?
You have to resort to
Maybe it turned out that James Alsop was right about ditching you because you're like an immature little child.
And here we go.
Maybe that's the thing.
Hey, you just blowing the cheap shot because you have no argument. You're wrong about the laughing curve.
And I made
wrong about the judiciary.
Did he let them through the border this morning? Yes.
And the budget.
Yes, he did.
And this situation is in development because the law. And you don't even know the law. You're 50-some years old. You're basically a boomer. You don't know the law. You say you're the son of a banker. You don't even know what the Laffer curve is. You don't know what a priori means. Give me a break. You say, oh, you know everything. Yeah, I know more than you, big guy, and I got, half your age? So, yeah, you're right. And you look at conservatism. Just because Trump failed to enforce the law has failed. It's not hysterical.
What did he do? You're hysterical. You're acting like a little girl. You can't face the fact that your little, orange-haired little idol.
Here we go.
Let the border open.
Pathetic. Yeah, because the law says you have to catch it.
You're basically saying that
is to write the law.
That your little idol does is great, and if he doesn't do it, it's not his fault.
Wrong.
What the hell is that? That's not the attitude of an adult. That's the attitude of a childish fanboy.
Excuse me. I said the omnibus spending bill. I said the omnibus spending bill.
Look at the reality of the situation.
I said the omnibus spending bill was a bad idea. I said the ban on bump stocks was a bad idea. I said if he fails on this, that'll be a bad look. But we have to look at the situation comprehensively.
Look, I admit it.
His responsibility.
You did it. You yourself said that you did it. Okay? God, man. I mean, grow up and admit the fact that you're the guy that you worship. Failed.
If you listen, wrong. Listen, if you listen to what I'm saying, which you're not because you're too old for it, you have to look at it.
Good on him. He made the deal happen. I gave the guy credit. But when he fucks up, I got to call him too. But you can't because you're just a fanboy. You're a fanboy who will say that he's wonderful under whatever set of circumstances instead of actually looking at the situation. He let them through the border this morning. He let them through and didn't stop, and it was his responsibility.
Wrong.
Okay? That's a fact.
I've called him on it. I called him.
You say that you do and act as you do, but you're just a little fucking fangirl. That's what you are.
I called him.
You love him. I mean, what, are you going to break out the knee pads with the next time you see him, or what's that?
That's correct. That's really mature. I called him on the omnibus spending bill. I called him on the omnibus spending bill. I called him on the bump stock.
As far as the border,
This
Where's the wall? He
you
keeps
have to
saying
look
that
at
he's
it in
gonna
its
build the wall.
entirety.
Has he
Tell
built
me
it?
who
Has
appropriates
he
money.
built the wall?
Who appropriates
built the
money?
wall?
What is
No.
the
Did he let the
constitutional?
caravan into
Who has the
Mexico?
constitutional authority to
Oh,
appropriate
but
money for the
the
federal
guy,
government? Is it the president or is it the Congress? If you've
opportunist
read
who will
Article
do and
1,
say
Section
anything
9
to
of the
maintain
Constitution,
popularity.
you will know
And
that
you
it's the
are
exclusive
acting like a
authority
little
of
fanboy.
Congress to appropriate money. But you don't know that because you're an old man and all you have to sling is these silly ad hominem caricature arguments. You say I would defend
Well, you're the one who started this
and
shit.
you're wrong. No, no, because
you're-
your political understanding so
The
far
matter is that you're a fangirl. That's what you are.
Okay.
You think
yeah,
that
Damn.
whatever the orange guy does is
Oh,
fine.
that's charming.
You know?
Trump.
Yeah.
Trump, yeah, you sound like a left person from 2016. Orange man, give me a break. You're about as, yeah, well, I can't even say. Usually I say you're about as smart as you look, but I can't even see. You probably look like a real beauty. But no, I'm not a fan. I've called him many times. I've called him many times when I've disagreed with him.
Sure.
But in this particular, and you're saying he's not tough on borders because of the caravan. I'll grant you it's not a good look. But you look at the law and what the constitutional role of the president is.
Yeah, of
which
course
is to
not.
enforce
It's
the
not.
law.
It's not his fault. Yeah, yeah.
It's not totally his fault. No,
Yeah, you're right. You know,
I
you're
am
right.
right. I am
Yeah,
right. Tell me.
I'm sure you
Tell
are.
me. Excuse me. Tell me. If the law
I
on
told
the
you.
law on the
I
book,
told you.
No, answer this
he
question.
passed a budget
Answer
that
my
will be
question.
catastrophic for the
Wait,
Americans.
he passed the budget?
You know,
Oh, here we go. Now we're all over the place, right? If you want to talk about the budget, then
you know something?
tell me, Ben. You want to talk
because
about the budget?
You admitted that you
want to talk
lost
about the budget?
argument, and then you backtracked.
You want to
You're a
talk about the budget?
fanboy. You're a fan
You want to
girl.
talk about the budget, or do you want to keep going with this? Do you want to talk about the
No,
budget?
we can talk about whatever you want, but the fact of the matter is, you can.
Look at Coach. He's getting all riled up. You can tell he's mad.
Fucked up.
Tell me.
Insofar as the border, has he built the wall? No.
Let's talk
Did he
about
let them through in for the caravan from Mexico? Yes.
You just said we
Was
could
he in
talk
trouble?
about whatever I want. Let's talk about the budget. You brought up the budget. Tell me which branch of government has the constitutional authority to appropriate money for the federal government. Which branch of government? Can you tell me?
You know something? It's boring.
It's
there boring.
Look at how Coach is just getting blown the fuck out. He acts like he's such a fucking authority on so many things. And he's like, all right, you want to talk about the budget? Let's talk about the budget. Well, what about when Trump lit in the caravan for Mexico? No, let's talk about the budget. Let's see what branch of government has the constitutional authority to take money for the government. Well, this is boring. I'm getting sleepy. Look at Coach using sarcasms.
There it is. There it is, you
boring.
fucking idiot. It's the legislative branch. Article 1, Section 9 of the Constitution says it's the authority of the Congress, specifically the House of Representatives, to appropriate money for the federal government. If the president signs a bad budget, I could say, could
What
he have
about
made a better
veto?
deal?
What's
Could
that?
he-
Is
oh,
that
sure.
word? Veto? Doesn't
absolutely.
that word exist?
Absolutely.
Oh, yes, I think
And they
it does.
override it with
I
a
think he
two-thirds
could have.
majority. And then they override it with a two-thirds majority. Maybe he could have vetoed it, but he would be delaying the inevitable there. But you don't even know
really?
that.
And
you
think
hold
that,
him responsible for something
Paul
that's a task
Ryan,
of the government.
Paul Ryan wasn't going to do a little bit of water carrying, and because he himself thought that this budget was horrifying, and it was part of the reason that he quit.
Wrong.
You don't think
That's
that
simply not true. He didn't quit because the budget was bad. He did not quit. Dude, Paul Ryan passed he passed one omnibus spending bill under Barack Obama in 2015, which was far worse than this. He didn't quit because he had to
You
pass an
lost.
omnibus bill.
Your
you can keep
orange-haired
saying that, but you don't
idol.
even- But when we get down to the
failed
facts,
in the thing
you don't
that
have
you
it.
yourself
And you're
said was the
representing
most
my
important
critics
thing.
very
You
terribly.
yourself in this conversation
I'm
have said
sure
that the
they
most
would
important
love-
thing was the
I'm sure
borders,
they love
and he
to
has
hear
failed
somebody
to secure the
call me
borders.
GSI sent a CRP clip to DMS.
Call me on this,
Hey,
but
look,
you're doing a
look.
terrible job because
Okay, I'll check.
Break out
you're
your
doing a
kneecaps
horrible,
and join
horrible job
King
for
of
my
Coal
critics because
in
you have
sucking
no
on
idea.
Thanks for the donation,
We're
Microphone
not
Bot.
buying
You
the
say
brand
you're
of bullshit
50
that
years
you're
old or something, and you're son of a banker. You're the son of. Okay, so we know who you are. Maybe you should be in parentheses, right? You're the son of a banker, and you don't even know.
Oh,
what you're
really?
talking about.
Now you're going to
Not
go
on
like Chris
economics,
Campbell,
not on
because
budget,
Chris
not on
Campbell
immigration.
called
You
that
simply
He
don't
said
know.
that the only way to disqualify, the only thing that he wound up being able to do is say, "Oh, you must be a Jew." Okay, that's what you're saying now.
You said it.
That's
You
what
said
you're
you're the
saying
son
now.
of a banker. You're the one that pulled out. You're the son of a banker. Oy vey, so you must know.
Look at him being called out as a Jew. Oy vey, koyum.
So you must know what the laugh curve is.
Let me say this,
and yet you don't.
Let me ask you this.
Let's hear it.
If I were Jewish, would that disqualify what I said?
Are you? No,
Tell
of
me.
course not. Of course not. But are you?
Oh, of course not. No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm Roman Catholic, but fine.
Oh, excellent,
Okay.
excellent. Well, it's unfortunate we have people like yourself in the church who aren't very intelligent. But no, I mean, look, a lot of
That was
people, I
good.
think,
I like
a
that
lot
one.
of people, a lot of people, I think, would love somebody such as yourself to come on and be a critic. And it's funny because you came on basically blowing me, saying, "Oh, I like Nick so much. I like Nick so much." But here you had all this animosity in the back. You had all this animosity for me in the back. And suddenly, I gotta hand it to you. I didn't even know who you were, but if I had a problem with you, I would have said it right from the beginning. That's the real beauty about you. You come on the show saying, "Oh, I've always liked what you do," but I guess when I saw you on this Democrat-Republican thing, that was the trigger. And apparently, there must have been a lot of animosity in the back, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I guess there was.
You got it all figured out.
I guess
You got it
there
all
was.
figured out.
Obviously,
okay?
I do. Obviously, I do.
Yeah, I
mean,
think that's why
you just simply don't know what you're talking about.
Let me ask you something. Since you got it all figured out, how come is it true that you took over the accounts of your two partners?
I actually can't talk about that because
you can't talk about that because it's right in the super chats here. So just asking about that.
It's in litigation right now, so I'm actually not.
Oh, it's in litigation.
Yeah, I'm currently being threatened to be sued by my former business partner, so I actually can't talk about it. But that's when you can't talk about the Constitution, when you can't talk about the law, the data,
you're throwing out how many personal stuff. So tit for tat, right?
I brought up your relationship with me. You bring up my business relationship with somebody else. I think anybody could see the difference.
No,
Maybe
you're
anybody with an
basically
IQ higher than
saying,
yours.
trying to ascribe to me the fact that I may or may not belong to some other religion as a way to
Well, you
disqualify
said
me.
you're the banker's son. I don't know what I was supposed to take that as.
emphasize the
I
fact
don't
that
know
I
how did you
actually
expect me to
know
turn
about
the son
this
of a
shit
banker
since
man?
I was like a kid.
Boy, hey, I'm the banker's son, and I know what I'm talking about, Goy. I mean, look, that's how it sounded to me. Maybe you didn't mean it like that.
Maybe,
That's how it
you
sounded
know
to me.
something? The thing is, see, if you're going to be like throwing shit at somebody, of course they're not going to they're going to get pissed off. And that
I wasn't throwing shit initially.
Yeah, you
I was
did.
throwing initially. No.
Like say, oh, you don't know anything, genius.
Yeah, because
and
you
all
don't.
kinds of
Because you
things.
don't.
And I'll tell you something. Bottom line, now I'm starting to get a sense of you, and that's why you just burn bridges behind you.
Yeah, well, you're a pussy. You're a pussy.
Oh,
Everyone
I'm
who
a
has a
pussy
problem
now.
with me, everyone who has a
I'm a
problem with
pussy.
me is
Okay.
either gay or a pussy, and you fit into the latter category because I start riffing a little bit. I call you genius. You take it personally, and you start. It devolves into a screaming match. I mean, that's what happens. What caused
You yourself fucked up because
Now, I found something very concerning, and that's from this story. The never badmouth a woman. Let me go back to when he talks about the 91 thing.
Simple as that, yeah. See? Because women talk. Women guy's sister. It gets,
Where does he talk about the fucking woman?
Your buddies and your friends of it, and she offered sex, and I was like, hit me.
Okay, here we go.
Fucking existed, right?
Here we go. Now let's listen to this story from Coach Red Pill 28 years later on YouTube.
I didn't fuck a girl, and I didn't badmouth her. I just, realized I didn't really want to be with her. And we made out and all the rest of it, and she offered sex, and I was like, oh, no, I respect you too much. And I said a bunch of bullshit, right? And then I didn't call her. I didn't smooth the way with the bitch, right? And she got pissed off. She later finds out that I'm seeing other women. She hits me with a charge of sexual assault and sexual harassment. And it didn't matter that it was all bullshit. The charge is stuck.
See, now this right here is what I like to point out. Like I pointed out in the video where he's talking with Wrongful Bishop. This is a man who does not know how to lie. He is somebody that is so convinced that he's smarter than everybody in the room, as well as the people that are watching him, that he will not watch for things that he lies about. He'll tell this whole story openly on YouTube, but he'll forget that the internet never forgets. Kind of like this article that you wrote in the Dartmouth in 1995. Actually, February 8th, 1995. In which you described how you were ostracized by the entire community, how women were running away from you because they thought that you were a rapist. And here's the best part. You're such a man. You know about so much things with women. You couldn't even figure out when a woman didn't want to talk to you. I met a woman once. We met in a tube room. We talked. We had a good time. We hung out a couple times after that, and we had a lot in common. She seemed like a decent, cool person. Someone I'd like as a friend. Then I suddenly stopped hearing from her. I blitzed her a couple times, inviting her to lunch, to hang out, whatever, but I got no answer. I assumed she'd heard about my suspension, and I was right. I happened to see her on the street one day, and this is what she did. She studiously went around me, crossing the street to avoid me, and then crossing back again, looking at the sidewalk, not approaching me, furtively glancing at me and making sure I hadn't spotted her. Looking relieved that she was out of range and safely past me. It seems like the girl wanted nothing to do with you. And you were relentlessly pursuing her like a wacko. It's a lot different than the story that you're telling, where you claim that you were rudely accused of something that stuck and you had nothing to do with this. Yet this girl right here actually blew you off. And this is in the Dartmouth college newspaper. You were just a wacko that wouldn't leave her alone. And then you tried to harass other women and they didn't want anything to do with you either. So no wonder you're so angry about women and you're such a fucking, MGTOW. Your ass got blown out because a bunch of women didn't want to have sex with you. And here's another part. I did not harass the woman in question and more than reasonable doubt whether I assaulted her. I was suspended for 3 terms by COS having been found innocent of harassment but guilty of the sexual assault. So you did sexually assault her. You claim that you were unfairly punished, but you did assault her. The issue of guilt or innocence is immaterial now. I've been inevitably shaded by my suspension. You're a fucking rapist, Coach Boomerpill. You sexually assaulted a girl. And they suspended you for 3 full semesters over it. They said you weren't harassing her via email, but the emails didn't matter. The fact is you did sexually assault her. And then you had the balls to try and go after the woman to talk to her, and she fucking had to cross the street to get away from you. You're a fucking creep, dude. You're an absolute fucking creep.
That
ain't an accusation. He was found guilty and suspended over it. He is a rapist. That is what the fucking college court system ruled. That he sexually assaulted this woman. And then had the balls 3 years later to try and confront her, to which she crossed the street and walked away. You're a fucking creep. Yeah, Mandar, I'm not going to go ahead and even argue that. If they feel that he was guilty of sexual assault and suspended him for 3 months or for 3 semesters, then he was guilty. If they have people that are backing him, and why did not a single person back him? Not a single person in the entire thing could vouch for the veracity of the accusations against him. They ruled that he was guilty. They said that his claim about, not harassing her was valid. I don't know. I'm not going to believe Coach. He lies about a lot of things.
President was securing the borders, and I pointed out that he wasn't doing that, and you threw a little hissy fit like a little fangirl.
I didn't throw a hissy fit. I didn't throw a hissy fit.
Do you know why I believe that he probably did it? I believe it because of the way that he explains the story in the article. And I believe it that the way that he relentlessly pursues women like a needy little boy. He said himself that the woman did not respond to him. She didn't answer the phone. She didn't talk to him. So his next response was, I'm going to go find where she is on campus and harass her. To which she walked across the street and ran away from him. I don't believe anything that Coach. I believe that he is a wacko. I believe that he probably did fucking assault this woman. I don't think that just because he says that he's innocent, because if you look at the way that he explains things, and you look at the way that he explains it in the articles, he's fucking creepy. And everybody says that. Even the fucking article that the Cassie Ehrenberg wrote a few days later. She's the person that runs the Rape Education Action Committee at Dartmouth. And she called him a creep. She said that, can we fault Lyra with his former friend who crossed the street when she learned of his suspension? Who wouldn't feel uncomfortable at him? Who wouldn't want to protect herself? Although he never articulates this in his column, Lyra has been made the scapegoat for many nameless perpetrators whose assaults remain unpurported. The major hypocrisy is not that Lyra has fulfilled his punishment and is being ostracized, but rather that the Dartmouth community blames him, while at the same time he continues to perpetuate the similar behaviors of a sexual assault. Apparently, even though he claimed that he's the scapegoat, he's still being creepy and harassing women on campus, even though he's suspended. Because he wrote this other article later in the year, like 2 years before, about how he wanted more sororities on campus so that more women could be fucked. He's a fucking weirdo.
You did. You're a little bitch. You're a little bitch who got all flustered over the fact that the
you sound like you guzzle soy. Your voice. Listen, I didn't want to say it initially, but for a boomer, your voice sounds very weak. You sound like a weak man. Tonka at least sounds like tough, and I guess he's a big guy, and Failure sounds big enough, but you sound weak, and you came off weak when you started, and then you couldn't take a little bit of band, so you turned it into this. And I think
turning into this
in the chat, they're begging for mercy. They're saying, Nick, take it easy on him. But no, you look. And on immigration, you said Trump is not conservative because of the budget. I mean, that's where we started. But then you had to turn it into, well, he's not conservative.
You know better. You're such a smart guy. Okay, I'm sure you'll do very well.
You're right. You're right.
I'm sure you'll do very well. I'm sure you won't self-destruct. I'm sure
you have to do this sarcastic. Can't you give me a direct insult, you pussy? You have to do this sarcastic, passive-aggressive thing, you bitch. Can't you give me a direct insult? Good God. What
yes, I called you a cocksucker, you little fucking faggot. Okay?
You're
bottom line, you are. That's what you are. You're a little cocksucker.
You're real tough.
Who loves his little orange one. Okay? And you're going to say anything necessary to defend him, even though you pretend to be critical, but you're not.
I'm critical.
No, you're not. You're a little fucking bitch, a little cocksucker, a little fangirl. You act like a fucking 14-year-old girl.
Yeah, well, you say that where you have the same dialectic as like that. You have the same like gait and like dialect as a girl. Like the way that your voice sounds, like the intonation is all off. Maybe that's why I got to read on.
So that's how. Yeah,
and look.
Classy, Nick. You think that you're ever going to have any kind of mainstream success? You're not.
I don't know. Here we go. Oh, and you're the real winner.
That's what you crave.
You're
and
the real winner talking to me, right?
Shit.
You're the real winner. You're 50 years old. You're 50 years old, and you're on the screen with me. You're going to tell me about my success. My show has grown 9 times. 900% growth in the past year.
From 10 to 90.
From about 1,000, sure. Yeah, but we're growing, and
you're growing. Yeah, I'm sure.
Sure, but you want to make it about me. That's all right. You don't want to make it about the issue.
You start calling me a faggot and calling me.
Yeah, you're a fag. You're a fag. And
you're a cocksucker. You're a cocksucking faggot. Break out the knee pads for Trump.
I called Trump on Omnibus. I think he bore some responsibility. I called Trump the night of the Syria strike. He said it was a sustained.
They argue like that for about 20 minutes and nothing fucking happens. There's some interesting breaks. Kirsten made a claim that she was going to leak some Andy Worski logs, and then she immediately deleted her fucking tweet because she has no backbone. She backed away because she's an idiot. There's a lot of stuff when you actually look into CRP. These came from Mr. King of Pole. Apparently, he reached out to Steve Keen, and they talked about the scam in detail. And these were some of the things that Mr. Steve Keen had to say. He said that coaches, he misread the new subscribers. His marketing skills were zip. The fraud began later when he demanded $5,000 for the return of the website, when he'd written a contract promising that he would return it for $1 at any time needed. And then King of Pole continued to talk to him, where he said he was going to send him emails, and he said, "Feel free to publish them." And that's how Mr. Gonzalo Lira works. He promises you the moon, and then he fails to deliver every time. Yeah, I did find that a little bit weird, Steve. That he can back JF as JF calls Andy a rapist, but when he was accused of this, the same time in the same situation with no proof, CRP backs JF and not Andy. That's the kind of person that he is. Yeah, and apparently they continue to talk about this from expat@gmail.com. This is his email. And then apparently our good friend Mr. Lira got very, very angry at Mr. Keene. I'd be happy to issue the URL to you on 2 conditions. Issue a blanket apology for the crap you've been saying about me and remove any posts attacking me or even mentioning my name. Since there's nothing to keep you from removing the blanket apology and putting back up your attack pieces, I'd like to see you set that apology up on your site for at least 30 days. I'd like you to refund $7,500 I invested into revamping and refitting your regular blog. I'll eat the money I spent on the debunking economics site, which was the excess of $18,000, which is an absolute lie, because he didn't even pay the web developer. Steve Keene had to pay him because he didn't pay him. Third parties can act as escrow agents for this sort of transaction. It shouldn't be a problem. These are simple conditions and they're non-negotiable. All the best, GL. Good day, you prick. I hear Max won't interview you until you return ownership. And then Coach never got it back, and he wound up winning the case anyway. So here's where Coach Red Pill, he gets into an argument with fucking King of Pole about this, actually.
All right, King of Pole versus CRP. It's mostly CRP, I have to say. Not really much King of Pole in this clip. Well, actually, there is some after... I haven't even listened to the part after Coach Red Pill leaves. Should I play that part too, or... I don't know. All right, let's play it right now.
About some sob story, you fucking little faggot, and you got no balls, you're not a man. You're a fucking faggot, gay bitch.
It's mostly CRP.
I gotta listen to that again.
All right, let's play it right now.
About some sob story, you fucking little faggot, and you got no balls, you're not a man.
Look at how angry Coach is. You got no balls. You're not a man. Let's just listen to that again.
Sob story, you fucking little faggot, and you got no balls, you're not a man. You're a fucking faggot, gay bitch. Okay? And you should just be happy that you have the miserable little fucking life of what is it, a minimum wage fuckhead? That's what you are, you fucking piece of shit. Listen, you queen of paws. You're a fucking bitch. You have no balls, you're not a man.
Times they will become extremely upset. Now, of course, this doesn't happen always. It happens once in a while, in certain situations. It's important to understand what's going on. It's important to understand it because I bet a lot of times you've been the one who gets really upset when you learn some truth, right? And it's important to understand why this is happening to you, why it's happening to other people, so you can control it and manage it. You can control it in yourself and manage it insofar as other people. Understand what's going on and therefore predict when this anger will subside. And you can just move on. You see, getting angry at the truth happens when two things are going on. Number one, you believe something that is erroneous. And number two, the thing that you believe that is wrong is important to you. See, suppose I think that, it's going to rain tomorrow. And tomorrow...
Hey, bitch. Okay? And you should just be happy that you have the miserable little fucking life of a...
It's almost like he doesn't follow his own advice. Listen to how angry he is. You see, the reason that he's angry is because two reasons. One, he cares about things that are very important to him. And two, because it's actually getting to him. He can't just let it go, like he claims in his earlier videos. And you'll hear it. When you start to go back, you can hear the absolute anger in his voice. It's like he can't let go of the anger.
Let's play it right now.
About some sob story, you fucking little faggot, and you got no balls, you're not a man. You're a fucking faggot gay bitch. Okay? And you should just be happy that you have the miserable little fucking life of a what is it, a minimum wage fuckhead?
Tomorrow comes and it doesn't rain, right? Am I going to be incredibly upset that my belief that it was going to rain tomorrow didn't come true? No, because whether it rains or not is trivial, right? It's not going to matter. Oh, it didn't rain and I was sure it was going to, and so I'm so angry and upset at the world, and God, you did not bring the rain as I expected. I mean, come on, right? Nobody's going to say that. But suppose, for instance, that you thought that your woman was loyal, and it turns out that she's a whore. Imagine that she's like gobbled down, 17 cocks in 6 months or something of the sort, right?
That's what you are, you fucking piece of shit. Listen, you queen of paws. You're nothing. You're a fucking bitch. You have no balls. You're not a man. And you lie about people and you say things that aren't true, and then you come around and say that you're a fucking victim, that other people have a problem with you, and you don't know shit. You didn't do nothing, you little fucking faggot. You're a little bitch who should die. Listen, you queen of paws, motherfucker. Why don't you go and get yourself paws, get fucked up the ass like you so much love by some gay faggot with AIDS, and die, you miserable bitch. Huh?
This is boomer roasting.
Clear it up for you, you son of a bitch. Huh? I'm sorry. Do you hear me, motherfucker? Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. You didn't hear me? I didn't speak up loud enough? You faggot cum chugger? That's what you are. I bet you are a fucking little pedophile. Asking people for dick pics? You're a fucking faggot, disgusting shit. Die, you queen of paws, motherfucker.
Okay, Coach, I don't know what your fucking problem is, but I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
Because I went on the Kumite and called you out and said I want to debate you. Because I think
that was debating now, you cum-chugging faggot. Hey, I'm not going to send you a dick pic, bitch, except a dick up your ass, you fuckhead. Oh!
Okay, did Coach just say that he's not going to send Brian a dick pic, but he's going to put his dick in Brian's ass? Did anybody hear that? It sounded like Coach just said he's going to fuck King of Pole in the ass. I heard that. Listen, I'm going to listen to that again.
Hey, I'm not going to send you a dick pic, bitch, except a dick up your ass, you...
He said, I'm not going to send you a dick pic, bitch, except the dick up your ass. You just said you were going to fuck King of Pole in the ass? Dude, you are so gay, Coach.
Faggot. Hey, I'm not going to send you a dick pic, bitch, except a dick up your ass, you fuckhead. Oh, man. Oh.
I'm trying to cut you.
You just said that you're gonna fuck King of Pole up the ass? God damn, CRP. You're gonna get that pause? You're gonna fuck Brian Dunn in the ass, coach? God damn, dude. I can't believe you just said you wanted to fuck Brian Dunn, Queen of Paws, in the ass.
Bitch, except the bitch up your ass, you fuckhead. Oh, man. Oh.
I'm trying to cut to you, man. You're just freaking the fuck out and kind of spurting, so calm down a little bit.
Sports isn't dead. Hashtag Boomer King Coach.
Okay. I wanted to talk to you specifically because I was contacted by some fucking economist.
Yeah,
and
yeah. So we're done here, okay? Guys, on this chat, I got to roll. It's been great.
Oh look, typical Coach Red Pill. When you catch him and he can't get away with something and he can't lie about something, he's always got to go. Oh, Sargon's sleepy. Oh, I got to go film 20 videos in my office. I got to go heat up some water so I can wash my clothes in the sink.
Chatting with you all. Josh, very interesting talking to you. I'd love to talk again. Everybody,
anytime.
Everybody, take it easy.
Later.
Damn.
What the fuck?
Oh. He's an angry boomer on the internet. What do you think?
He was mad.
And kill yourself.
He was mad as fuck, eh?
He went fucking hard on you.
You're mad, bro. Doxing not safe for work for you, alright?
That was a little surreal. I was willing
Who
to talk to the
recorded
guy.
that? Who recorded that?
Please say someone
Fucking
did.
hope no one.
I only got like the last
against the rule.
46 seconds.
Why are crowd sycophants coming on the server anyway?
So, it seems like Coach gets very angry and he doesn't even follow his own videos. How can I take this man's advice seriously when he doesn't even follow it himself? This man makes a video about why you need to stand up for your friends, and then he doesn't stand up for his friends. Coach, you're a fucking fraud. Let's see. Get woke, go broke. Well, you certainly lived up to that one because you're broke. Why you need stand-up friends? You just turned on all your friends that tried to help you out. The truth gets people angry and how you just let shit go. Well, we just heard you lose your fucking mind. Telling people you never badmouth LA, but you badmouth LA all the time. And then we catch you again, just lying through your fucking teeth about stuff. Seems like you badmouth people all the time, Coach. You never really stick by your words. It seems like you're just a liar. And when you really get to the root of it, Coach, you're a fraud. You're somebody that's never lived up to what you promised. You never have done anything you do. You're a failed entrepreneur. You're a failed fucking movie director. You're a failed scriptwriter. You're a failed author. You're a failed father. You live in your fucking your office. You're just sad. And then let me guess, in a week or two, you'll be on Tonka's show sucking his dick too, because you're just desperate for anything that will give you a little bit of attention. Because that's all you are, Coach. You're a female. Nick had you pegged from the get-go. You're a woman. Your gait is that of a woman. Your reactions are that of a woman. I'm going to tell you right now, for a 52-year-old man, he should not make 1, 2, 3, and 4 videos about a man. You do not make that. You do not make a fucking 20-minute video talking about how your relationship with a bunch of dudes on the internet fell through. That is gay. That is something a woman does. You're just a passive-aggressive woman. And there's nothing you can do that'll make me change my opinion. You cannot try to bullshit me and threaten litigation and all that stuff. You're a goddamn woman. None of your kids will ever know you. You're a failure as a father. You're such a failure. You make Tommy CP look like a good dad. And he's a guy who wouldn't stop a live stream where his kid was choking and had to go to the hospital because he wanted to sit and have a beer and bullshit with his friend. You make him look like a good dad. Because I guarantee you, you're not doing anything for those kids sitting in a dirty-ass office in fucking the Ukraine filming 65 videos with $10,000 worth of cameras. If anybody needs some life advice, it's you. You need a life coach. Stop acting like you're a life coach. Because you're trying to teach people how to have a better life, but you've clearly never learned the phrase, those that can't do, teach. And that explains why you're always on video teaching people, because you can't do it yourself. And that's all I have to say today. I'll be back tomorrow to film the hilarious Tonkasaw exposure, where we call the fucking event live and we see if he's licensed in Alabama. And that's all I have to say today. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed the show. I'm going to play you guys out.